What it do? Bedtime crew. Hey man, listen. All jokes aside, what's up guys? It's your boy Outlaw MMA. I'm back with another video. And today we're going to be talking about something that's been driving me and a lot of fans fucking crazy about the UFC this year. And really ever since they signed with Paramount. This matchmaking is like beyond dog shit. And I'm talking terrible matchups week after week after week. We either straight up just aren't seeing the fights we want, or we're seeing the fighters we want against competition nobody cares about. Which, at least I was letting slide for a little bit because I fell for the bait of the White House card. I heard Dana talking it up. I thought we were going to have some crazy fights. Turns out that shit sucks. So they've just been matching these terrible fights for the fun of it, I guess. Anyways, I'm not going to waste any more time. Let's get straight into it, talking about the Brendan Allen matchup. He takes the Rainer D. Ritter fight on short notice because Anthony Hernandez pulls out. And, a lot of people are thinking, oh yeah, RDR is going to run through this guy, Brendan Allen's fight IQ sucks, it's terrible, this is going to be easy work. And it looked like it was going to be early on. And then RDR just fucking quit because he sucks. The dude made some excuse about his white blood cells. Truth be told, he just has no cardio and no heart. Dude can't push for shit. Couldn't even get off the stool. Okay. So Allen wins that. I believe the Monday after was ranked number 5 in the division, which after Strickland Hernandez and after RDR versus Kaio, he's number 6 now. That being said, I'm expecting him to get a fight against a guy like Dricus, against a guy like Imavov. At the time, when it happened, before they booked Pfeiffer and Izzy, I wanted to see Allen Adesanya. Biggest win of your career, upset, short notice. You want DDP, you're in the top 5? Best we can do is Edmund Shabazian in the Apex Kid. I really wonder what is going through Dana and Hunter's head when they're making these fights. And don't get me wrong, it could not be their fault. I heard a rumor that Dricus had an injury, but the dude's been out. When did he fight Hamza? 7 months ago? And we haven't heard a peep from the guy. He took 0 damage. So, where the fuck is DDP? And it seems like we're not going to find out until sometime in summer, because I'm assuming that's when he's going to return. And honestly, I'm not that upset with it because I do think Allen is going to beat up Shabazian. I don't think it's going to be super crazy. I think Shabazian is going to come out and win the first. It's going to have a lot of people going like, oh my god, Brendan Allen's a fraud. And then Allen's going to sub him in the second or third pretty easily. But there is that small chance that Edmund upsets him. And then we're like, what the fuck? We just ruined this guy's career. And it's also kind of a loss for Allen no matter what happens. If he steamrolls Shabazian, then okay, he was supposed to. And if he loses, the world gets flipped on its head. That being said, after this fight, I don't want to see any more matchups like this play out for this guy. I want to see him fight Caio Baraujo next. I think that would be a good matchup for both guys right now. Or hey, Imavov still isn't booked. I said in my last video that they could do Pfeiffer DDP and Imavov Allen too. There's definitely a few moves you could make. Like I said, you could do DDP Pfeiffer, Imavov Allen 2, and something like Fluffy versus Caio, just to get things rolling a bit. Don't get me wrong, those matchups have their pros and cons, but hey, I like my matchups a hell of a lot more than what the UFC's been doing, and that division is log jammed like a motherfucker right now. But anyways, that's enough about Allen. On to the next. This is old news, but I still feel the need to talk about it. The Paddy Gagey matchup was so fucking stupid that, I'm still not over it. Let me just name you the best lightweights in the world. Ilia Topuria, Arman Sarukian, Charles Oliveira, Max Holloway, Benoit Saint Denis. Those might not be the exact rankings, but that is who I believe the best 5 lightweights are in the world. So you had 2 guys that arguably aren't even top 5 in their own division fighting for an interim title. We have a 37, 38-year-old Justin Gaethje going to die, literally, when he fights Topuria, like a lamb to slaughter. This fight's not going to be close. What are we doing, UFC? We have Ilia Topuria in his prime, Arman Sarukian in his prime. Book the fucking fight. And I mean, don't get me wrong, I love Gaethje Pimblett as a contenders fight, but not for a fucking interim title. Arman is the only guy at 55 that I see competing with Topuria, really. Everybody else, I think Topuria slimes out viciously. And the thing I've always loved about the UFC compared to sports like boxing is I've always taken pride on the matchups being the best against the best. But in 2026, and since the Paramount deal, it's just not like that. Then we have Sugar Sean fighting Amin Zahabi on the White House card. Don't get me wrong, I like Sean, but I hate this fucking matchup. Again, the matchup sucks dick. We had O'Malley Sanhagen right there, boys. You know what Dana said, brother? You know what Mr. Dana White said, brother? Sorry, let me put the Mitchell voice away. Oh, you guys want O'Malley Sanhagen at the White House? Best I can do is Ayman Zahabi coming off multiple robberies. I genuinely don't think I can name one impressive Ayman Zahabi trait or performance. Like, I've seen this guy fight a handful of times, and it looks like he loses every fucking time he fights. I thought Aldo beat him. I thought Cheeto beat him. And the fucking guy's now fighting O'Malley. Like, nice one, dog. You're tough, I guess, but you're going to get styled on for, what is it, a 3-round fight? You're going to get styled on for 15 minutes and embarrassed. Like, these matchups aren't interesting. Like, I could tell you what's going to happen in half of them. This one especially rubs me the wrong way. I mean, the Gaethje one, yeah, it's unfair to the rest of the division, especially Arman. But I guess it's cool to see Gaethje hold an interim belt again. But this is the UFC genuinely trying to push O'Malley as the best bantamweight in the world when he's just not. They're going to let this guy fight Peter Yan again if he beats Ayman Zahabi. We had literally the once-in-a-generation matchup of Sean O'Malley versus Corey Sandhagen. The UFC takes it away from us. I mean, I would have liked to see O'Malley Umar also, but the UFC doesn't give us that either. Like, okay, yeah, O'Malley Yadong, I understood that. They wanted to get his confidence back. They wanted to give him a win. But it's just like tune-up after tune-up. It's not right. Throw him right back into the deep end. Let him prove he's the best. But no, the UFC is giving guys crazy advantages in these matchups. They're really trying to push certain guys, you can tell. With Patty Gaethje, it backfired miserably. This isn't that same type of matchup. It is, but it isn't, because we kind of know O'Malley's going to win. There is no real path to victory for Ayman. They want to build a star that is already there. They're not trying to catapult Sean for the first time into title contention. He's already been a champion. They were trying to throw Patty in our faces. Thank fucking God he lost. We've seen this play out before in boxing, and I don't want the UFC to become like that. But when you start ignoring the rankings and giving unranked guys fights against the top 5, Allen versus Shabaznian, the sport loses integrity, especially when it's a guy like Shabaznian that's not even on a hot streak or some crazy hyped prospect. These type of matchups I don't hate if it's deserved. Even like Josh Hokett versus Curtis Blades, I don't hate. Because, heavyweight's dead as fuck. And, Hokett brings some fun life into it. But when middleweight is arguably the best it's ever been, why the fuck are we doing this? This card next weekend, Moicano versus Duncan, is also terrible. It's not really an issue of mismatched fights. It's just shitty, terrible matchups. I don't understand why the UFC isn't trying to make good fights. At this point in time, what are we holding out the good matchups for? Anyways, I'll talk more about that when I make my breakdown for that card next week, but hope you guys enjoyed this video. I might make a part 2 to this, talking more about matchups that I dislike and more of my issues with the UFC, but thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you.